I doing wrong?
That I am still thinking about them for this long.
You holding on hope that they're gonna come back.
Are you stalking the new supply?
Hello, my name is Jasmine and welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about why are you delaying your healing journey when you're in a narcissistic relationship. Okay, so I've been through this. I was in a narcissistic relationship 1 and 2 times, and each time I failed. I would be delaying my healing journey over and over and over again. So I started to think to myself, what the fuck am I doing wrong? And I'm going to tell you today what you are possibly doing wrong that is keeping you stuck thinking about your ex. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is no contact. You may be saying, Jasmine, I blocked them, I'm not texting, I'm not calling them, I'm not emailing them, and I am not commenting or viewing their social media. Cool. That's great. But are you stalking their new supply? Are you doing that? Can I just ask you something? Are you finding out what they're up to? Are your friends telling you what they're up to? Do you somewhat make a fake profile and then stalk their stories or stalk their new supply stories? Tell me, what are you doing? Are you still keeping tabs on their friends? Are you still keeping tabs on their family? Are you still friends with them on social media? And are you seeing them post about the person that you left, your narcissist? That means you haven't gone fully no contact. And this is where I fucked up. I was doing exactly what you were doing. I was like, oh, nah, like I blocked them, it's fine. But that wasn't exactly me healing because I was still stalking their social media. I was still finding out what they're up to and what he was doing with his new supply. I didn't fully cut them off. Have you? Now, I want to tell you why this is very significant. Because once my ex's new supply cut him off and found out who he really was, she left him. And then I had no form of contact. And what happened? Those 3 months of me not knowing what he was up to, I fully healed. That's why no contact. And it's the first fucking step. The first fucking step. And a lot of people get it wrong. And they'll stay stuck for years and years and years. Okay? So let's get into the next one. This is YouTube videos, social media videos, where it's like tarot videos or will my ex come back videos. Why are you watching that? And I know you are, and even if you aren't, you say, no, I'm not watching that, but you did. You were holding on hope that they'll come back. Those videos are going to keep you stuck and keep you holding on hope that they're going to come back. You need to believe, especially with a narcissist, that they're not going to come back. So cut those YouTube videos, those TikToks that say your ex will come back, or tarot videos, whatever. Or even the hoovering thing, where they say, oh, your ex will come back with the hoovering. Don't hold on to hope with that, because you will stay stuck. I was in that position for months and months and months, and they never came back. I was like, is it happening yet? No. And I was wasting so much fucking time, and I don't want you to go through that, all right? The next thing, believing the mask. Believing the mask and being like, no, they're not that type of person. They treated me so well in the relationship. They were so good at the start. You're believing the mask. The way they wanted you to perceive them. So you hold on hope that they will change, that they'll become that person again from the start. You will hope that they'll realize, because you think deep down that they are the person behind with the mask. They are the person behind the mask, the manipulator, the cheater, the liar, the gaslighter that emotionally abused you. But you are holding on hope for the charismatic, the confident, the one that made you feel loved, the one that made you feel special. If you keep on holding on to that and believing the mask, then you're going to stay stuck in that for ages. You need to try and take off the mask, take off the rose-colored glasses and see them for who they truly are. And by doing that, that's researching narcissism, that's comparing traits with your ex and a narcissist, and looking at your past relationship for how it really was, not what you thought it may be or what they promised you. Look at the facts. And when you start to look at the facts, you'll start to realize that they were never the person. They were never the mask that they were portraying to you. All right, next one. Hoping they will change. A lot of people hold on to hope that they will change. That is going to keep you stuck. Wishing and hoping that they will change, that they will come back and realize what they missed. No. Narcissists don't give a flying toss. They are very selfish, arrogant, and they'll do whatever they want to get what they want and what they need, either from you or from someone else. Either way, it doesn't matter. You are not special. You are not unique to a narcissist. A narcissist sees you as a tool to meet a need, or you have a reputation that meets a need, a social status that they desire. Whether that be success, whether that be money, whether that be friend groups that they just want to be able to be surrounded by heaps of friends. They want to be admired. They want someone that will just love them and look up to them. They want someone like that. So you are meeting a need within them. They don't want you specifically. If you stop meeting their needs, then they don't want you. And I don't want you to turn around and say, oh, well, then I'll just go and meet their needs and just so I can get them back, because you are betraying yourself. You should never drop the who the fuck you are for them. You cannot control them. They will control you if you act like that. As soon as you have the mindset of I'm going to people please and do whatever the hell they want, they will use you, they will destroy you, and at the end of it, you're the one that's going to be the one that's in tears, the one that's hurt. You're not going to win the situation. You're not going to win. They're going to disrespect you. Your boundaries mean absolutely fucking nothing to them. And you need to understand that. And that goes into the other one, putting them on a pedestal. People that put their ex on a pedestal and say, I'll never find someone as good as them. I'll never find someone as great and as loving as them. Our connection was that fucking strong. I was like that, and I thought that was true. But then I realized that if I had that mindset, I'm just looking for the next manipulator, the next person that's going to love bomb me, tell me everything I want to hear, validate me immensely. I'm looking for that manipulator. No, I do not want to have the same person, the same type of connection, because that connection destroyed me. So when I would say I want to find someone that makes me feel like this, like your ex, the narcissist, you are looking for the next manipulator. You are looking for the next person that's going to love bomb you, tell you everything that you want to hear, love you, and say that you're going to have a fast connection where it's just like bam. And then you'll be moved in the next few weeks. They'll tell you that you're their soulmate and all that shit. Do not put your ex on a pedestal. Learn from them. Learn from who they are. And know, okay, I don't want someone like that. Yes, it may have felt like our connection was that strong, but that was the fucking trauma bond. It wasn't real. And when you start to think like that, you'll start to understand maybe that person wasn't who I thought they were. Now the next one, no closure. No closure can really fuck with people. When you don't have closure in a relationship, a lot of people will stay stuck because they're like, I need them to apologize. I need to know the truth. I need to know if they cheated on me. I need to know if they really cared in that relationship. Though they didn't care. And I know it's really hard for you to hear that they didn't care in that relationship, but you knew it. Deep down inside, you knew in that relationship they didn't care. You wanted them to, but babe, you got to realize that when you're in a relationship with a narcissist, they're telling you everything that you want to hear. There's no closure with a narcissist. Absolutely no fucking closure. They will tell you exactly what you want to hear. They will not say the truth because it doesn't benefit them. The only way a narcissist will change is if their narcissistic tendencies is affecting them badly. If their narcissistic tendencies is making life go great for them, then why the fuck would they change? Because they're definitely not going to change for you. Okay? And having no closure can actually absolutely suck. But you need to realize you're not going to get the truth from the narcissist. If you go, I want the truth from them, all they're going to do is fucking lie to your face. They're going to tell you exactly what you want to hear. There's no closure. They're not going to admit when they're wrong. They're not going to be accountable. And once you realize that, you'll realize there's no point trying to chase closure from a narcissist. Them being a narcissist is enough for me to know that I don't want them in my life, that I don't need closure. My closure is knowing that that relationship that I thought was real, deep down, the love I felt was real, but theirs never existed. That's a really hard concept to fucking grasp. It really is. But once you grasp it and you know who the fuck you were dealing with and you know what type of person they are and that they never really cared, you can move forward. Now the next one. If you stay angry at a narcissist, if you are wanting an apology for years and years and years, you hold on to that anger, you haven't moved forward. As much as you think that you have, you haven't. And I'm sorry if I'm being a bitch here, but I'm being straight up. You need to accept what has happened. You need to forgive the narcissist. And you need to be grateful for what you went through. And you may be pissed off with me saying that, but it's true. You need to be glad it happened. What the fuck did you learn from that? You had the fucking blueprint. You now had the blueprint and the manipulation tactics of what someone will do to you. And you know that these people exist. And you know going into dating what to avoid. That is what that experience taught you. It also taught you self-control. How to be resilient. How to overcome your fears. That your fears do come true. And how do you overcome them? You learn from these fucking experiences. That is why this relationship was really important for you to understand. It's a lesson. You just got given the fucking blueprint. Be grateful. Be grateful that they're out of your life. You don't need an apology. You need to thank them. You know why? Because they helped you understand what type of person you don't want in your life and what shit you will not tolerate. What boundaries you need to set. You learned that from that relationship. And that is why it's so powerful. That is why it's so good to realize that within you, that relationship actually benefited you. And once you do that, once you've come to that conclusion, you've moved on. You know, before I was so angry and so upset, but now I can look back and be grateful that happened because look at where I am now. Look at how resilient and strong I am, how I've matured, how I've learned from that experience, how I've developed myself, how I've become my best self. Just from doing that, just from being in that relationship where I felt like there was no out, I found one. And I proved to myself with any hardship, I can overcome it. And that's when you start to believe and then you move on from your narcissist. So thank you so much for joining me in this video for how are you delaying your healing with a narcissist. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope you have a lovely day. And please like, subscribe, comment if you liked or enjoyed the video. Thanks.